So my name is Dr. Ryan Anderson. I'm one of the co-founders of Telos. Here at Telos, I have a couple of different things that I do, and one of the roles that I have is running our Space Center. Now, most people are not really familiar with the idea of a Space Center because there are so few that are out there. The Space Center began as an educational experiment a little over 30 years ago. There was a teacher named Victor Williamson who had a strong belief that he could get students to learn more and grow more academically if he actually really had them more engaged in what they were studying. So he started creating these funny little simulations in his classroom with cardboard controls and overhead projectors. And the level of engagement and learning he was seeing from his students was amazing. So one thing led to another. A couple of grants later, he had actually built the first in-school spaceship simulator. Well, one of the things that we noticed was a constant outcome. Even though this was intended as an educational tool, there were a lot of psychosocial benefits that we were seeing for people who participated and for people who helped run the simulations. We were seeing improvements in depression, anxiety, ADHD, social skills, you name it, kind of across the board. And I realized that kind of by accident, Victor had stumbled upon something that had several big elements to it. It was very powerfully a psychodrama, and that's a whole form of therapy that's known to be helpful in a variety of ways. It was essentially a CrossFit gym for executive functions of all kinds. It was exposure therapy. One thing that the Space Center is very good at doing is evoking real emotions and then having people work with real emotions in real time, which research shows is far more effective than trying to talk about emotions in the past and work with them in that way. So when we first began to think about Telos and who we wanted to serve, we recognized many of our students would have issues with executive function, with anxiety. They would have struggled with relationships. Their self-esteem and their self-confidence would be low. And these were all things that they would need help with. A lot of our students have also done a lot of therapy before coming to us. And so we recognized we needed some methodologies to try to work on those things in ways that hadn't been worked before, that would help the students be engaged and put down their guard a little bit so they could grow. And we determined, based on the experiences we've had with space centers in the past, that this would be a good fit for our students. And that's what we've experienced. There's been a lot of wonderful stories of growth and development, of students coming in here and being willing to take emotional risks that they weren't willing to take outside of the simulator, and having some developments that we could use and capitalize upon in their life outside of the simulator. So that's the reason we have a spaceship in our school.